Pranam Acharya ji. Can I ask what does Hanumanji represent?
In fact, the audience can contribute to this. Which virtues does he stand for? Which all virtues rather? One each from the different members. Devotion. Not merely devotion. Don't just say devotion. Devotion is a double-edged sword. Devotion to Ram. There is nobody who is not devoted, mind you. But we are devoted to all the nonsensical things. Devotion to Ram. Yeah, right. Now you must ask, what does Ram stand for? What does Ram stand for? Yes, and strength. Well said. And fine. You could say one-pointed devotion. Absolute commitment to Ram. We are committed. It would be difficult to find someone who is not committed, but we are committed to with all my verbal ammunition, I find it so difficult to convince people who are already committed. And I feel utterly helpless. Very helpless. I try to talk, I try to tell. I see the fellow rushing towards his own destruction. But he's committed. What do I do? I feel I'm talking to a wall. I cannot penetrate. My words come back to me. It's a very dangerous word, commitment. Remain without a center. Remain without an anchor. Fly loose. But don't commit yourself to nonsense. And when you commit yourself, your commitment must be like Hanuman's. I'm committed only to Ram. I'll not look at anything. I could have as well offered Ravan a great deal. Ravan had all the gold in the world. No? And he would have welcomed Hanuman cutting a deal with him. He had already seen his prowess. With a stroke of his fiery tail, he had already once put Lanka to fire. But that's what. I'm not committed to money. I'll not be tempted by the one with money. That's Hanuman. I curse my memory. There is a beautiful one by Kabir Sahib on this, and I cannot recall it. Kabir संग साधु के रूखी सूखी खाए. कबीर संग साधु के रूखी सूखी खाए. खीर खांड भोजन मिले साकट संग न जाए. That's commitment. Yes, what else about Hanuman? Now, unless you can look at Hanuman in this way, it's very futile worshipping him. Very futile. And that's why religion has come to such a degraded state. Because we are worshipping symbols without knowing at all what they stand for. Huh? Anything else about Hanuman? You want to? Love, yes, of course. And at some point you will see these things necessarily go together, don't they? Love, devotion, strength, commitment. You can't have one without the other. Yes, very good. And that goes with that. No? Commitment. Huh? Ah, nice. Nice. No, that's a very important thing. That innocence. Almost animal-like innocence. No? It's a reason he is represented as Vanar. Now the historic person who would have actually assisted Ram was obviously not a monkey. But the representation is that of a Vanar. And there is a great reason behind that. What you are showing is that here is someone uncorrupted by all social influences, just as animals are. Animals may not have an enlightened mind, but they also don't have a perverted mind. Right? In that sense, and to highlight that aspect, Hanuman is represented as a Vanar. That he is not a social being. Not at all social. He does a lot of things that the society would probably not look favorably at. Would you like someone who, for example, blows away your power station? But that's what Hanuman does. He goes and gobbles the sun itself. That's, in today's terms, akin to a brash teenager blowing up the power plant and all the energy is gone. What's the sun? The source of energy. So here is a boisterous teenager, and what does he do? Blows up the power plant, and the world is without any power or light or heat or something. And he doesn't marry. No, society doesn't quite like that, does it? By some accounts he did marry. But then you still call him brahmachari in popular parlance, no? Doesn't care for rules. Before he puts Lanka to fire, what does he do with all the fruits? What does he do to the Ashok Vatika? First of all, he satisfied himself with all the fruits. No, fruits goes with his physique. So all those things. It's a beautiful combination of a lot of virtues. But you have to decode. And if you're not deciphering the symbolism correctly, then you are just misreading the message or not reading the message at all. Just worshipping something very hollow. Whereas it really carries a great meaning.